Hello guys, I am Rebecca and nice to meet you all again. Today I will do the presentation with my partner Liu Tuo. The theme of our presentation is the world six scary stories. In this presentation, we will share 4 scary stories with you guys. Michelle is absent today because someone in her family has passed away, so she can't attend today's discussion. And Gondelong also absent today. He is unavailable today. Now let us start our presentation. The first story is the death of Elisa Lam. Elisa Lam was last seen on January 31, 2013 in the lobby of the Caesar Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. She was vacationing through the West Coast, documenting the trip on her blog and checking in with her parents every day. On January 31, those calls stopped. Lam had vanished. Soon the police were involved and her parents arrived to help with the search. They had nothing. That February, LAPD released elevator surveillance footage of Lam before her disappearance. The footage shows Lam behaving strangely in the elevator, appearing to talk with invisible people peering around the corner of the door, crouching in the corner and opening and closing the door. Hotel guide staff reported Hotel guys started reporting weird things happening with the Caesar Hotel water supply. The tap water had a very funny, sweety, digesting taste. It's a very strange taste, and the water was coming black first for 2 seconds, and then it was going back to normal. On the morning of February 19, a hotel employee climbed to the roof and used a ladder to investigate the hotel's water storage tanks. That's where authorities found the decomposing neck body of Lam, whose personal items were found nearby. The tank has a metal latch that can be opened, but authorities say access to the roof is secured with an alarm and lock. Okay, let's watch the video now. To save time, I will play the video at 2x speed. This is the video about the before the lamb died. Okay, the second story is Annabelle the doll. The real Annabelle does exist, currently residing in the Warren Ocker Museum in Morrow, Connecticut. The doll is encased in a wooden enclosure complete with a holy cross and a sign saying, "Warning, do not touch." Contradictory to the porcelain Annabelle doll in the film, the real doll was an anti-cute Raggedy Ann. The original doll reportedly belonged to a nursing student named Donna. The doll, gifted to her by her mother in the 1970s ahead of her 28-year birthday, was purchased at a second-hand Raggedy Ann store. Donna's roommate Angie was the first one to notice the doll was strange. Donna and Angie noticed the doll could move on its own. She would slightly change position throughout the day, such as crossing her arms and legs. Over time, they claimed she started to move to different locations in their home. The doll even wrote messages. Despite having no parchment paper in their home, the girls would find pencil-written notes from Annabelle throughout their apartment. The Warrens claim that the doll would write, "Help us," in what appears to be the handwriting of a small child.
Okay, thanks, Rebecca. Next, I will show you the story is Winchester's mystery house, and Mrs. Sarah Winchester was being haunted by the sprites of those killed by the Winchester rifle, which her late husband's company had invented. After her husband passed away, a psychic told her that to avoid these sprites, she would have to move out twice to buy a home, and build non-stop. Some people say after construction was completed, she would die, while other theories suggest she built the house like a maze in order to keep her paranormal tormentors at bay. Next page. A massive earthquake struck. Okay, thanks. A massive earthquake struck the Bay Area in 1906 and toppled the top three stories of the house, damaging the other four stories along with it. And the signs of damage from the earthquake are still clearly visible, and the house is open now. Next page. Then I will show you the video of Mrs. Sarah's house.
Sorry, I opened the PPT again.
It's okay.
A psychic named Jeannie Borgin and a medium named Joy Adams visited the Winchester house and held a seance in Sarah's bedroom. While appearing to be in some kind of trance, Borgin said she felt Mrs. Winchester's overpowering spirit and reportedly aged for a brief moment as her hair grayed and her face became lined with wrinkles. Perhaps one of the reasons that Sarah's spirit is so strong in this room is due to the fact that Sarah actually passed away in here. And with that, we enter the final phase of the investigation, something we didn't dare do during our first encounter with the Winchester, sleeping in the house. And for me, this will be the first time I've ever slept alone in one of these horrible buildings.
I feel like I'm about a half a mile from Ryan. I hope he's doing fine. Probably not.
Freaking dog's just sitting there staring at me.
That's peanuts.
So here we go. Is anybody in here with me? Please don't answer. What the hell? What was that? It's the same voice. God damn it. This is the worst. This is the worst. Perhaps the most.
Okay, because our meeting time is limited, so we stop first. If anyone is interested in this story, I will show you the link after the meeting. Then, the story is The Flying Dutchman. Captain Deacon, whose deep contemplation about the plight of his seamen and resultant oblivion to the approaching storm in the coast of the Cape led to the ship being destroyed. One of his voyages to Amsterdam, Captain Deck thought of establishing a settlement near the Cape of Good Hope in South Africa as a respite from the rough waters. A fight between the captain and the Rainbow Group in the vessel over captain's decision, which eventually ended in the murder of the rebel leader. As the body of the rebel leader hit in the water, the vessel spoke to the captain about his decision to press on, and the captain replied that he will be attempting to reach his destination until the day of judgment. Next page. So the ghostly plight of the vessel to sail the sea forever without making ground in any port or harbor ever. This incident led to the fate of Flying Dutchman to sail the oceans for eternity with a ghostly crew of dead men. So that's all from us. Any question?
Anyone have question?
I got a question for Rebecca, maybe. Do you think Elisa committed suicide or a homicide? Hello, Rebecca?
Sorry,
Your mic.
I forget to
Couldn't hear anything.
unmute myself. I thought it was a suicide. When I was looking for information, I found out that she was suffering from bipolar disorder and she stopped taking medication during the trip. The elevator door was kicked open by herself. She placed the key on button so the door can open for 2 minutes. And in the end, she committed suicide due to her illness. She didn't eat the medicine.
Okay, so it's nothing to do with ghost or demon. It's a suicide.
Yes.
That's the question for me. Any other question?
I have one. Also
Yes.
from Rebecca. I want to ask, where is the doll, the Annabelle right now? Is it in the museum or something?
The door remains in a glass box at the Warrens Occur Museum in Morrow, Connecticut. Still at the museum.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Welcome.
I also have a question for Rebecca. What caused Elisa's death? What do you think?
Even since her body was discovered in the hotel's water tank, her tragic demise has remained shrouded in mystery, but the coroner's office ruled her death as an accidental drowning. Any more questions?
Okay.
Okay, if no more questions, now let us come to the voting time. Okay, so what do you think, Sushain?
Okay, you have to call my full name. I'll go for the doll, Annabelle doll. I mean, it looks very cute, but the demon stuff, I just cannot stand it. So I vote the doll.
Okay,
I was curious about Zhiyan. Which one you pick? Zhiyan.
I think I go for the house because I don't don't really like the scary story about the Elisa Lim. Can you hear me?
yes. I can hear you.
Okay, I think my Wi-Fi just disconnect. Okay, so I will go for the house, the big house, I guess. Because I checked from Google, they say the house got a lot of windows, even on the floor. So it's a bit weird. So I will go for the house, maybe.
Okay. How do you think, Chinishan?
I'll go for that, Elisa. Because I looked before that video, before she died in the hotel, and that scared me a lot. And they found she died on the tank. Is it the water tank? So
Yes.
I got read the report. They say she like want to hide something that she imagined the ghost, something is chasing her, so she want to hide. Then she hide. She want to hide. Then she hide in the water tank, but in the end she can't come out from that. So she died. So it's so sad and weird. Okay.
How do you think Chan Zhao Rong?
I think I will go for Elisa because during the time I heard a little bit about that, but not the details because I scared about that thing. So unfortunately, I cannot escape. I cannot run away today. So I know more detail about the Elisa. So yeah, definitely it's scare me. So I vote for that. How about you, Jenny?
For me, I think Annabella's story is the scariest because the doll is almost the same as the real person, and it feels like it will keep staring at you. So I have watched Annabella's movies before, and it's very scary. The horror atmosphere has always been around my feelings. Right, so that's all for me. Am I the last one or
No. So Jing Yi, you vote for which one?
Annabella's? The doll?
Okay. Okay, the last one. Ma Fengwei?
I will vote to the Annabella because you guys know the movie. Yeah. After I watched this movie, I start to be afraid about the dolls. Very scary.
Okay. So most people vote for the doll, Annabelle doll. And the next week meeting also this time, Tuesday at 8:30 p.m.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
All of you okay?
Yes, it's okay for me.
Yes.
So the discussion stop here, okay?
Okay.
Okay.
See you guys next week.
See you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Yeah.
Bye bye.